March 2026. Free agency is in full swing, and one deal stopped me cold. Reed Blankenship, safety signing with the Houston Texans. 3 years. $24.75 million. $16.5 million guaranteed. And if you only know him from the stat sheet, you might shrug. Another defensive back switching teams. But here's what you didn't see. 4 years ago, Reed Blankenship's signing bonus with the Philadelphia Eagles was $5,000. Not $5 million, $5,000. He wasn't drafted. He wasn't a priority free agent. It was by every measure the league uses to sort talent, an afterthought. This is the story of how an afterthought became a Super Bowl starter. Lester, Alabama. Population, roughly 130 people. Reed Blankenship grew up there on a farm, hauling hay in the summers because that's what everybody did. He played football at West Limestone High School and earned Player of the Year honors in 2016. But college recruiters do and spend a lot of windshield time driving to Lester. The big programs passed. Middle Tennessee State said yes. Blankenship played 5 seasons for the Blue Raiders, and he made that school proud. As a sophomore, he led the team with 107 tackles and 4 interceptions that ranked 16th in the nation. Against Old Dominion, he returned an interception 100 yards for a touchdown and won the Bronco Nagurski National Defensive Player of the Week award. A leg injury cut his junior year short, but he came back. By the time he finished, he was the all-time leading tackler in program history with 419 career stops. First-team All-Conference, East-West Shrine Bowl selection. Then the 2022 NFL Draft came, 7 rounds, 262 picks. Reed Blankenship's name was never called. The all-time leading tackler at his school is a 5-year starter and 3-time captain, and not one team thought he was worth a Latron flyer. On May 5, 2022, the Eagles signed him as an undrafted free agent. 3-year deal, $2.56 million total, with just $55,000 guaranteed and a $5,000 signing bonus. To put that in perspective, a 7th-round pick that year got roughly $300,000 guaranteed. Training camp was a fight. Competed against veterans with bigger contracts and more experience. Head coach Nick Sirianni listed him as the last safety on the depth chart. Behind starters C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Marcus Epps, but Blankenship survived final cuts. He was one of only 3 undrafted rookies to make the 53-man roster that year. For the first 7 weeks, he barely touched the field on defense. Contributed on special teams, covering kicks, the kind of work that never makes a highlight reel but keeps you employed one more week. And then came November 27, 2022. The Green Bay Packers came to Philadelphia for a primetime game. C.J. Gardner-Johnson was hurt, and Blankenship got increased playing time. He didn't just fill in, he showed up. 6 combined tackles, a pass deflection, and then the play that changed everything. He read Aaron Rodgers, the 4-time MVP. Blankenship jumped a route intended for tight end Tyler Davis and came down with his first career interception. The Eagles won 42-33. It was reportedly the first time Rodgers had ever thrown an interception to an undrafted rookie. A week later, Gardner-Johnson landed on injured reserve with a lacerated kidney. Defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon named Blankenship the starting strong safety. The last man in the safety room was now the starter. He finished his rookie year with 34 tackles and 1 interception in 10 games. The Eagles went 14-3. They rolled through the playoffs. Blankenship started in the divisional round and the NFC Championship, where he forced and recovered a fumble on Deebo Samuel during a 31-7 win over San Francisco. He played in Super Bowl 57, but the Eagles fell to Kansas City, 38-35. The door was open. Reed Blankenship was not going to let it close. The 2023 season answered every question about whether Reed Blankenship was a fill-in or a starter. He won the job outright in training camp and put up 12 tackles in the season opener against New England. By the end of the year, he had 113 tackles, 11 passes defended, and 3 interceptions in 15 starts. 113 tackles from the safety position. That was the most by any Eagles safety since 1994. He was one of only 6 NFL players that year to post 100-plus tackles, 10-plus pass deflections, and 3 or more interceptions. The Eagles rewarded him with a 1-year extension worth $3.58 million. Still modest, but a huge jump from $55,000 in guarantees. Then came 2024, the year that validated everything. Blankenship started 15 games and posted 78 tackles and a career high for interceptions. He and rookie cornerback Cooper DeJean became one of the most disruptive tandems in the league. The Eagles went 14-3 again. Their defense allowed the fewest passing yards per game in the NFL. In the playoffs, Blankenship was everywhere. 11 tackles and a forced fumble in the wild card round, 7 tackles and a fumble recovery in the NFC Championship, a 55-23 rout of Washington. And on February 9th, 2025, he started Super Bowl 59 against the Kansas City Chiefs. Same opponent that beat them 2 years earlier. It's time Philadelphia shut the door. The defense held Mahomes to 257 yards and 2 interceptions. Eagles won 42-22. Reed Blankenship was a Super Bowl champion. His jersey ended up on display at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The 2025 season was his 4th as a starter. 83 tackles, 1 interception, 1 forced fumble, 16 games played. 3rd on the team in tackles for the 2nd straight year. Consistent, dependable. The kind of player coaches trust with the defensive calls. When free agency opened in March 2026, Blankenship was 27 years old, with 56 career games, 308 tackles, 9 interceptions, and a Super Bowl ring. On March 13th, the Houston Texans made it official. 3 years, $24.75 million. The Texans had the #1 defense in the NFL in 2025. They were unsigning him to rebuild. They were signing him to compete for championships. His close friend Cooper DeJean posted a message that said it all. He was going to miss his guy, but told him to go be great. Folks, here's what this story really means. Every September, roughly 1,700 players make an opening day NFL roster. Thousands more are cut. For undrafted players, the margin is even thinner. You don't have draft capital protecting you. You are entirely disposable until you prove otherwise. Reed Blankenship proved otherwise over and over. He made the roster when most undrafted players don't survive the first cut. He seized his chance when Gardner Johnson went down and turned a fill-in role into a permanent job. 113 tackles in 2023, 4 interceptions and a championship ring in 2024, 83 tackles in 2025, and then a payday that would have seemed laughable when he signed for $5,000. The numbers tell the story, but they don't capture all of it. They don't capture the summers in Leicester, Alabama, hauling hay. They don't capture 5 years at Middle Tennessee when bigger programs never called. They do uncapture that moment against the Green Bay Packers when an undrafted rookie picked off Aaron Rodgers and thought, I belong here. That's the part of the NFL we don't see on Sundays. The roster bubble is a grind. But for the players who survive it, who turn nothing into something, it becomes the best story in the sport. If y'all enjoyed this one, subscribe to Undrafted Stories. We cover the players the draft forgot who made it anyway. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next one.